There's a drum in the distance, there's a drum right here. There's a drum in the distance, there's a drum right here. Hey, Mark Shepard here. The Better Man Project number 8, I believe, is the episode, the day that I'm doing this. And it's November 18th, 2017. But the information that I want to share with you today is not time constrained. This information is something that applies to you, whether you're a young man in high school or an old man. And it has to do with this fine razor's edge of how to be healthy as a sexual male who is attracted to the female of the species, particularly. And I had long, deep conversations with my girlfriend yesterday and this morning about this. So I want to capture some of her comments as well as appropriate in this conversation. But I'm in conversation with a young man right now, John, who's in high school. And I'm having conversations with, in fact, I did an interview with one of my star NLP and hypnosis students, a guy named Mike Covey, who does coaching, who does dating coaching. And he's particularly good at helping men in their 20s and younger who are serious about stepping into their healthy power, authentic power as a man as soon as possible. And I'm not working with private clients right now, so I highly recommend Mike Covey, and I will release our interview as soon as I get my act together with my tech guy and we set up a proper buy me page and all that kind of stuff. So that's coming, so pay attention, remember that's coming. Second little piece before I dive into it is that most guys who are on a scale that, my girlfriend, I owe this to my girlfriend. She said there's like the total wuss, right? And then there's the asshole, right? And, between these 2 points, there's a lot of room for men to show up, right? And the thing is, the area we want, the sweet spot, is probably fairly close to the asshole end. And here's what I mean by that. And this is going to support what I want to talk about later. And yesterday I was a little too quick, and today I want to give you some amazing information. So pay really close attention. Take notes. Watch this again, okay? So, the asshole over here, what constitutes an asshole? That's a guy who does not care. All right? A man who is, as I just heard a video by Andreas Antonopoulos, who is a brilliant voice of clarity in the cryptocurrency space, talk about the attraction of power to megalomaniac types, to pathologically power-hungry types, okay? It doesn't mean everybody in power is horrible, but power does corrupt. And this is ironic because women are attracted to power. But there's a scale, and here's the scale. This is crucial. So the asshole does not care, right? The healthy man, and this is where there can be some confusion. The healthy man does not care what people think about him. Just get the difference? So a man who, in a very healthy way, doesn't care what people think about him can speak his truth, right? This man also does not care about failure. And most of what bothers people about failure is what people think, right? So the real piece here is, you know, Albert Einstein had his theory of relativity, and he was clear in it. Even though there were people who disagreed with him, may have even called him names, may have tried to publicly humiliate or shame him, he did not care what they thought. He was clear. He may have actually cared about them as people. He may have cared about them as colleagues. He may have cared about the process of scientific discussion. He may have cared that eventually people understood him, but he didn't care what they thought about him personally. Do you know what I mean? This is how a powerful man can demonstrate that he has power. This is how a powerful man can demonstrate his power in a positive way to a woman. Because if she tests him, he doesn't crumble. He doesn't, if he does something that embarrasses him, that someone else would be embarrassed by, he's not embarrassed. He loves himself. He accepts himself. And the problem is we don't come out of the box with this. We have to learn this. The guys that do well in high school are often assholes because they have had success from an early age, and usually these are the uber jocks. And I love athletes. Please understand, I'm not complaining about the jocks, but in elementary school, who is the most popular boy in the school? The best athlete. Right? I don't know about the girls, how the girls do that. It's a whole different thing. But the most popular boy in the school is the best athlete because the boys admire him. What do? They look up to him. He's usually the captain of the team. He's a leader. He's learning leadership skills in fucking elementary school. Do you understand? But those of us guys who are readers, who are empaths, who are sensitive, who are artists, who are musicians, we're not being admired. Unless, you know, somehow we're so good on the electric guitar, which is a cool instrument, that, you know, we're already in elementary school kind of virtuoso. But that's a freak, right? Most elementary school boys love sports. The ones that don't are down here on this thing because they're lower in the status. So we not only have caring and not caring, and so I call this the carefree zone. And I learned a lot about this from one of my mentors, and this was a piece that I learned not so long ago. So if you're learning this and you're in high school, this is powerful. You have to practice, and this is a spiritual practice as well as a dating and emotional and relating and strength and success and career practice. You have to practice not being bothered by what other people think or say about you, right? This is learning how to let that stuff roll off your back like water off a duck, right? However, how do you do that? How do you do that? I wrote a book, which you can get on Amazon.com, which is called The Bullyproof Kid. And in that book, I give you all the techniques, right? But the thing you need to know is once you get this idea that, you know what, how can I stop caring so much about whether this girl likes me back or not, right? It all comes down to how do you stop caring so much without becoming an asshole? And I think for most of us guys who are kind of in this range, we're good guys. We're not megalomaniacs. We're not psychopaths or sociopaths. That's the word Andreas Antonopoulos used, sociopaths. This is sociopathic. I'll write that down. This is your Harvey Weinstein, right? But the problem is a lot of the wussy guys don't know how to communicate to women, right? So this is the next line. The next line down here is the good man, right? And what are some characteristics of a good man? He works on himself. improvement. What does that say to a woman? A guy who's always learning and reading and is curious and can actually say, listen, I'm curious about you. I'm curious about you. How do you think of this? You know, ask women about things like, how do you think, I need a woman's opinion. How do you think a young man or an old man or a man who just finds a woman attractive, how do you think he should go about introducing himself to her and letting her know he's interested? Now, the thing is, you have to also not care what they say, because women often have no clue what really attracts them. They think they know, but they're stuck in their heads by our culture, and a lot of them are unconscious of this, and that's actually okay. The thing is to just practice talking to women, to ask them questions. Self-improvement. I'm working on this program. I'm attempting to understand women while I'm a young man so that I don't do stupid shit like Harvey Weinstein, or you know, so that I don't become an asshole, but that I also don't be a wuss, because women do not like wusses. I mean, my girlfriend was like, literally, yeah, a beta male. We'll call this beta, right? This is beta. This is the alpha zone. We'll call this the alpha zone. Right? Right? Now, if you have a woman who has very, very low self-esteem, you don't have to be that much of an alpha to attract her, right? But do you really want to attract women who are beta women, right? Or do you have a lion? Do you have a king inside you? I mean, that's what I'm asking you. This is about you becoming a king, becoming a lion, becoming your own superhero in your own story, in your own life. And that's what she's looking for. She's looking for a hero. But men are more heroic when they're not trying too hard, when they just are comfortable in their own skin. And my girlfriend is like nodding and saying yes when I'm talking to her about this stuff. And I'm trying to really understand. I'm still trying to understand women. And I will always work on self-improvement. I will always work on self-improvement. That is a powerful part of my character. And I want it to be a part of your character as well. So again, we're just in the beginning. And I say that over at my crypto show, The Morning Cryptos. But this is true. We're in a revolution that is cultural, it's sexual, it's intellectual, it's economic, it's financial, as if those are different, but it is political, it is health. There are health revolutions going on right now. We live right now at the tipping point of what could be the best time in the history of the world to be a human being, when there are multiple revolutions in technology, in education, and innovation, and understanding. Today, we have at our fingertips more knowledge, more information in a single day than was available up to like 1960, you know? And every day, that same amount exponentially increases. It is exponentially increasing, similar to how Bitcoin is exponentially increasing. It's exponentially increasing, similar to how the CO2 level in the atmosphere is increasing. I want you, and I'm going to just draw this over everything, and I'll use red. I want you to be at this point in your life. Here's the exponential curve. Boom. I want you to be right here. Right here, because if I can get you here and get you going up this slope and get you some momentum in your relating, in your finances, in what you do, you can literally, the sky is the limit. And I'm speaking to John, who's in high school, and I'm speaking to my dad, who's 90. In that range, it is your choice. Do you want to be a beta male and be frustrated and lonely, or do you want to step into your alpha? Get into the alpha zone. Step into your power, right? And one way you can do it is to watch these videos every day and to share them with your guy friends. There's no cost, but I want your attention. I want your damn attention. And I'm serious. I want you to apply what I'm suggesting. So today, your takeaway and your assignment is to think about how in your life You care about what other people think. And look at the most popular guy in the school. Secretly, he may care, and I've worked with top athletes who are secretly terrified of what other people think of them, and they're such great athletes because they're trying so hard to be good so people will like them, and the reality is they're scared underneath. But there are some men who really don't care, could not give a shit about a woman, and you will also notice that really pretty women flock around those guys. Now, some of it is women's neuroses, but the other thing is they know that guy he's not going to try too hard. He's a challenge. He's often dangerous, which is exciting. He does not care about her. So she has to work to make him care about her. He doesn't care what she thinks. He knows that if she doesn't go out with him or have sex with him or hang out with him, that 4 other women will replace her, right? That's him in his power. And the thing is, I do not want you to become a total asshole. I want you to become the kind of guy that can connect with amazing women and get to know them enough so you can get to know 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different women and learn what they want, learn how they're different, because women are so different in so many ways. There's so much you need to learn, and the more you learn, the more valuable you are to women. Women don't want inexperienced men. They want men with experience, right? So that's what the wuss thinks, that, oh, I'll just devote my life slavishly to this one woman. But particularly if you're in high school or in your 20s, are you really ready to commit for an entire lifetime to somebody that you barely know, when you barely know yourself? Like, okay, think about that. I want you to practice being carefree. And what that means is I want you to notice first when you care too much about what other people think. And secondly, I want you to begin to imagine what it would be like to shrink them down in your mind, put them behind you, or drop them to your lower left corner. And again, I don't have time to explain all that, but play with it, and I want you to practice it over and over and over again until you understand it. We have a mental movie screen, and boom, that person you are caring too much about, right there. And again, not caring about them as a person. That's not what I'm talking about. Not caring about their opinions of you, right? When you don't, like, if my girlfriend is unhappy with me or doesn't like what I've done, she'll say something and we'll talk about it. Like, I don't worry about what she's thinking. I like that she admires me, but I don't ask her permission. Do you know what I mean? And what that demonstrates to her is that I am here, not here. And that's what we're working on. This is a process. Be patient with it. And that's it for now. If you like this, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe, hit that bell button. If you are a human being, you're going to need to learn how to deal with cryptocurrencies at some point. So check out my morning cryptos. If you're a man, this could help you. If you're a woman, I want to hear from you as well. And I have some things that might help you as well to understand men a little better. So you're welcome to keep watching. And guys, if you know a dude who could use this and who might be your a little bit of a support for you, your wingman in this, share it with a friend. All right. And if you want to go deeper with me, I have courses, and you can learn about all that at honesthypnosis.com. If you like my music, a lot of what I'm talking about works its way into my music in ways that is actually what I call sound healing hypnosis. So I do a lot of different things, and I strive to do them well. And ultimately, that's how I attracted my girlfriend, by focusing on me and doing what I do better and better, and being passionate about my life and where I'm going with my life. That, my friend, for a man, is the elixir that women, the hottest, the best, the most intelligent, the brightest, the most talented, the most loving, the most open-hearted women are looking for. And they find it difficult to find. So, get to work. I'll see you in the next one. This is Mark Shepard, over and out. Start the music now.
There's a drum in the distance, there's a drum right here. There's a drum in the distance, there's a drum right here.